The first snowfalls of the season, accompanied by strong gusts of wind, have left this Sunday around 40 centimeters of snow at high altitudes in the western Pyrenees of Catalonia, and more than 20 centimeters in some towns in the regions of El Alta Ribagorça, Val d'Aran, and the north of Pallars Sobirà. A storm that has forced the use of chains and has led to the closure of some Pyrenean roads and has complicated the return operation for the December bridge. The forecast indicates that, although somewhat less intense, the storm will continue to affect mobility in the area on Monday. The good news has come from the ski resorts, which have already announced that they are ready to open their facilities during the week, thanks to the thickness of natural snow they have accumulated, as the drop in temperatures will allow them to activate the artificial snow cannons. The Deputy Director General of Coordination and Emergency Management of Civil Protection of the Generalitat, IMASOL, has asked this Sunday to be cautious in the face of snowfall and has recommended that citizens check the state of the road network at all times. There are already some roads closed, especially roads in the northern area where chains must be used, and, therefore, we must be very attentive to the situation that is developing. For a good part of the day, chains are required on the C-142B to go up to PLA de Bire, on the C-28 between Refugi d'Ares and Esteri d'Anjou, on the N-141 in Bassist, on the L-501 between Tall and PLA de El Ermita, and on the N-260 between Canturi and Villamer. Traffic is closed on the C-28 at Port de la Benegua, according to Transit in its account on X. The return operation from high mountain areas has become more complicated since Sunday afternoon. The N230 has accumulated 6-kilometer delays at Pont de Suert in a southbound direction. There have also been delays in a southbound direction on several sections of the C16 and C14. The forecasts indicate that snow will continue to fall on the northern slopes of the Pyrenees, Val d'Aran, Alta Ribagorça, and Pallars Sobirà until the end of Monday, when it will begin to subside. In these areas, more than 70 centimeters could accumulate above 2,000 meters, with the snow level at around 800 meters until midday. The Generalitat Fire Department attended to 30 incidents due to storms between midnight and 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, concentrated in Tarragona and the southern metropolitan region. The Meteorological Service of Catalonia, SMC Meteocat, recorded gusts of up to 174 km per hour in Portbou and 120 km per hour in Bequer on Saturday. They also exceeded 90 km per hour in Tarragona. The strong winds continued on Sunday morning, with gusts of up to 148 km per hour in Portbou, and are expected to subside on Monday, although they will not subside completely and temperatures will continue to drop. Civil Protection has asked that objects on terraces and roofs that could be blown away by the wind be secured, and has issued a special warning about Christmas decorations that could be torn away by the wind. The A139 road will be closed from Sunday afternoon in Benasque due to the risk of avalanches, according to the government of Aragon. This is a preventive closure between kilometers 65 and 72 due to the snowfall in the area, from 8 p.m. until Monday at a time yet to be determined. Chains are also needed on 14 roads in the province. On the A136 itself, from its beginning to kilometer 21, and on the A136A, from kilometer 0 to 1. You must also use chains on the A139 in Castillon de Sos between kilometers 46 and 72, on the A2606 in Puyo de Jaca from kilometers 0 to 10, also on the A138 in Bielsa from kilometers 66 to 92, and on the N330 in the municipality of Canfranc between kilometers 659 and 672. In addition, chains are required on the A2617 in Benasque from kilometer 0 to 12, on the A2611 Bielsa from kilometer 0 to 13, on the A2609 from kilometer 0 to 12, and on the A2610 from kilometer 0 to 4, both roads in the municipality of Plan. Asimismo, SE requiring Cadenas para circular por la A1605, en Baranui, entre los kilómetros 38 al 55, en el primer kilómetro de la HU 611, en el Puyo de Jaca, en Knowles HU 650, desde el kilómetro 0 al 5, y en la A1604, en la nave, del kilómetro 0 al 44. Por último, es obligatorio el uso de neumáticos de invierno en la A23, desde el kilómetro 372 al 393, en el término municipal de Rascus. In addition to the difficulty of driving in the snow, there are strong gusts of wind, which in Aston La Raca reached 127.8 km per hour, up to 114.5 in Surler Cogulla and 105.5 in Pandacosa Petrosos. The gusts of wind are also being felt in other parts of the community: Mascaruela, 105.1 km per hour, Plana del Pilon de Casp, 94 km per hour, Andorra Horcolana, 89.3, Fraga, 85.7, and Valmadrid, and Zaragoza, 82.8. For this Sunday, EMET predicts locally persistent snowfall in the Pyrenees with significant thicknesses, in the rest, cloudy with light precipitation. There will also be frost in the Pyrenees, which will be weak in the Iberian system. The wind is blowing from the northwest, moderate to strong with very strong gusts, locally hurricane force at high altitudes in the Pyrenees. The government of Aragon reminds citizens who are going to travel through that area to take self-protection measures, such as carrying chains or winter tires, as well as gloves and a blanket in the trunk, and wearing warm clothing, in addition to filling the tank with fuel and water in the car. Furthermore, it is recommended that people who are going to travel inform themselves about the evolution of atmospheric phenomena and the warnings provided by public administrations. As for the wind, it is advisable to check the anchors of non-fixed elements of the building, awnings, or flower pots. For example, moderate driving speed and take extreme caution when overtaking. The Special Civil Protection Plan for Adverse Weather Events in Aragon aims to coordinate all actions, as well as to keep the institutions involved and the public informed about adverse weather events affecting the autonomous community. The Ebro Hydrographic Confederation has reported on Saturday that it is forecasting a significant increase in flows starting Saturday afternoon in the tributaries on the left bank of the Ebro, between the headwaters and the Irati River due to rainfall. A mass of air of maritime Arctic origin will enter the basin that could leave significant rainfall throughout the northern third, and accumulations are expected that may exceed 100 liters per square meter until midday on Monday in the northernmost part of the basin, especially between the headwaters of the Ebro and the Western Pyrenees.